Hi guys, I wanted to go ahead and start off with something. It's a little personal information. We're starting a little 5-minute mentor program. My name is Ryan Smith. I'm going to be your mentor today. I've always wanted to do this. I always wanted to give back. I know a few things about little things I've picked up here or there. I'm trying to keep this low tech style. It's just a camera. It's no takes. It's going to be all me. So the first thing I want to talk about is money. Alright, do you like money? That's a good answer. I like money too. Money's not the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil, so just to let you know. But the first thing we need to do is how can we sustain ourselves? How can we have enough money to live? Is more money better than less money? After this little information, you might want to think twice about that. So the first book of money I ever read was Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's written by #1 best-selling author. His name is Robert Kiyosaki. He lives somewhere in Arizona. He's a real estate investor slash writer. He does a lot of stuff. He owns businesses, and he talked about, it's very controversial, talking about what's the difference between an asset and a liability, and what's the difference between a rich person's idea of money versus a poor person, because he had his real father was real high up, had a great education. He lived in Hawaii when he was younger and became pretty much the superintendent of schools out there. Had a very high income, and he had one of his best friends owns a bunch of businesses and was basically like his rich dad. So the lesson he wrote in his books, now I'm going to teach you, is that this is how we need to think about money. So I've got this little paper, and let me just fold it in half because this is how poor people think about money. I hope you can see that. I wrote it in Sharpie. So you see, we have assets, we have liabilities. Assets are anything that make you money. So you have savings, you have a retirement program, something like that. When you retire, that's income. All right. So poor people, how they think about money is, let's pretend this is like a job coming in. This is the money coming in. They have their job, J-O-B. I don't know if you can see that. I'm sorry for the camera, but they'll go right over to their debt, and then their money leaves. Like, it never comes back. They just have car loans, credit cards, maybe a home loan if you're poor. I don't know. I don't have a home. I wouldn't say I'm poor. I think I'm middle class right now, just the way I think about it. So if you're doing this right now, if all the money you're making from your job is going out, you're not building up any assets, that's pretty bad. So this is what middle income people do. They're pretty much the same. They're going to have a few more assets. Like, I put $1,000 here because that's pretty much the average. People have less than a month, maybe 2 weeks of income because they get paid every 2 weeks, and they lose their job and they have to go, they're broke. So, but the main difference between middle class and lower income is that they just have more money coming in from their job. So make that bigger. Okay? So more money coming in, a little bit goes here, but then most of it goes to the bulk of here, and then it's out again. So what's up with that, right? So we don't want to do this either, okay? What we want to do is, it's got a full sheet of paper, ta-da. Rich people, how do they think about money, all right? Rich people spend their whole lives building up assets, stocks, bonds, rental property, notes they may own, businesses. That's all generating income. This asset column is all doing this. It's building up a source of income, which the little circly swirly is my symbol for source of income. So now they may have their job over here, but now they got this source of income coming in, building up assets, making that bigger, and then their assets pay for all their debts. Okay? And since this is generating itself, it's coming over here and it's paying that more and more. So the money coming in for here doesn't really matter anymore. See what I'm saying? So I've got about a minute left. I just want to say this is like the first lesson I have for you guys. Probably going to do this more often. If you want to, if you have any questions or anything, why don't you leave it in the comments bar on the very bottom there. If you want any advice on any other thing, well, I'm going to try to keep it within 5 minutes. But let's just start thinking about money. Lesson #1: build up your assets to pay for your debts. And what are assets? Stocks, bonds, rental property, mutual funds, anything that's putting money in your pocket on a monthly basis, half monthly basis, however you want to do it. Okay, so leave me some questions, comments, and I will talk to you later.